My name is Amy. I love being outdoors and playing soccer. My dad is my biggest fan. He comes to all my games. I can always find him sitting on the sidelines. After one of my games, Dad took me for an ice cream and told me he was going to go live somewhere else without my mum and me. Dad ended up saying we would spend the weekends together and that he still loved me. Now my family is not together. Sometimes I wonder why Dad does not want to stay with me. After my dad left home, I was really sad and soccer didn't seem as fun. I started having scary dreams and I woke up crying. My mum would come into my room and try to comfort me and rock me back to sleep. "It's okay, Amy," she said, but it wasn't okay. She was tired because of me, I thought. I couldn't stop the dreams though. Night after night, bugs and blackbirds would fly all around me and I couldn't run away from them. In the mornings, I was happy to see the daylight, but I felt really bad because Mum still looked so tired. Dad lives in a different house now and he has a new family. He said he still loves me, but what if he loves the lady and her boy better? Is he kinder to them than to my mum? I bet the boy doesn't wake up crying in the night like I do. Why would he? He has my dad there with him. I don't even want to know his name or anything about him. When Dad tells me the boy likes to play soccer and being outdoors as much as I do and that I will like him, I put my hands over my ears. On the weekend, Dad was supposed to take me to the local bunny hop. I was waiting for him with my ears on when he called Mum to say he couldn't make it. Dad said he had to pick the boy up from his school camping trip because his mum was working. When I heard that, I got really angry. I screamed and yelled at my mum. I started hitting and kicking anything in the way. Mum tried to grab my arms, so I kicked her and then ran away. For the rest of the day, I sat in the corner and I would not speak to her. Mum came over to me. She looked angry. I'd never seen her that mad with me before. Tears welled up in her eyes after she let out a big sigh and said, "That is so not good, Amy. I know you're upset with your dad, but you can't go around hurting others or yourself." Mum left me and went and made a phone call. I was watching her and listening to her, and then she came to me and said she was going to take me to the Rainbow House. The Rainbow House? I got a bit scared. Who lived in a rainbow house? Did I have to stay there? What would I say to them? Would I be punished? Would Mum come back for me? When we got to the Rainbow House, Mum went into a room with other parents, and I went into a big room with other children. I felt nervous and shy. Each child had a different story of why they were there, and each child had their own buddy. I learned that a buddy is a bit like a journal. You can safely share anything with them. Our group leader said, "At the Rainbow House, we help kids have strong feelings in safe ways." I was interested that other children had big changes in their lives too. Some had a dad die. Some had a really sick mum. Some were foster children. Lots of families had separations like me. I felt better not being the only one. Soon I learned something new and really exciting. I have 3 parts to my brain. I only thought I had 1 lump of a brain. Our group leader added, "We could also look at our brain as having an upstairs and a downstairs." Like my teddy bear house, one of the boys chimed in. Our upstairs brain is for playing, thinking, body control, and empathy. Our downstairs brain is for fight, flight, or freeze, breathing, heartbeat, and feelings. The group was shown how to make a hand model of the brain, and we talked about the 3 parts. If my wrist was part of the brain, it will be called the primitive brain. And this is in the downstairs part. This part acts on its own, keeping me breathing, blinking, and my heart beating. I don't even have to think about it. The next part of the brain is really interesting to me, the limbic system. It's also in the downstairs part. It's like having a room full of feelings, some happy and some sad. The limbic system senses when danger threatens. If something scary happens to me, it controls whether I stay and fight, run away, or freeze up and stay still. The newest part of the brain is the upstairs brain. It's also called the prefrontal cortex. On our hand model of the brain, it's my fingers. The upstairs brain is where thinking, problem solving, and self-control happens. It helps me think about things and make wise choices. If I have a nightmare or remember the times my dad let me down, I start to feel upset and then angry or both. If I get too angry, I can't think clearly. I start screaming and hitting things. My body feels totally out of control. It's like my brain chooses to do a flip as the limbic system part of the brain takes over and self-control from the prefrontal cortex doesn't happen. On the hand model, a flipping brain is shown as the thumb flipping out from under the control of the fingers. One group leader explained, grief and strong feelings can come from big changes. It's stressful and our brain senses danger. The limbic system is trying to process what frightens me and acts out my strong feelings, even in my sleep, creating scary dreams. Frightening things like, am I not good enough? Is that why he left? What if he never comes back? Does Mum blame me for Dad leaving? What if she leaves too? My buddy showed me how to give myself a butterfly hug. This helps calm me from feeling frightened or worried and brings me back into the present moment. She said this is being mindful. Butterfly hugs can be done anywhere at any time, and it helps my upstairs brain, or the thinking part of my brain, to take back control. When my fingers close over my thumb, it's like my strong feelings are being hugged. That's when my thinking brain is in contact with my feeling brain and I can make good choices. The parents learned about the 3 parts of the brain too. On the way home, Mum told me that we would make a hand signal of the brain if either of us was going to have a flipping brain. I just need to notice when I'm going to flip out and show Mum the signal, and then we can choose ways to calm down. At the Rainbow House, to practice calming down, we become still and mindful of the stories we tell in our heads. We also did breathing exercises. I like pretending to gently breathe in the smell of beautiful flowers and then gently breathe out their sweet scent. Then there are times I have to scream into a pillow and hit it real hard just to get my anger out without hurting anyone. We started a journal. My buddy said it was my safe place to write about all of my feelings when things change and don't go as planned. She also made me write down good things about myself and my life. I have some affirmations written out that I can say to myself when negative thoughts are flying around my head like a flock of crows. At home, now I have a safe place. It's where I go if I feel like my brain is going to flip. It's only a little space, but it's my safe space. In this space, I have pillows, music, craft supplies, and my journal. When I feel upset that Dad has let me down, I do the warning hand signal of my brain to my mum and go straight to my safe space. Sometimes I just sit quietly and listen to some music with my headphones on. Other times I do my breathing exercises. I can bump and scream into the pillows, or I can journal over my feelings. Having my safe space makes my body feel much safer too, and I'm really, really happy I went to the Rainbow House. Write down some of the things that you can do when you know your brain is going to flip. Thank you for reading.